What's going on, everybody? This is Sean of Raw Select Music, and today I want to talk about this thing right here. This is the Numero Group Eccentric Soul Omnibus Volume 1. Good God, is that a mouthful to say. It is a 45 7-inch box set of funk and soul records. I bought it in 2014. It originally came out in 2012. I've always wanted to do a blog post about it, but never got around to it. And now that I've got the YouTube channel, I figured, why the hell not? Let's talk about this thing that is quite the collector's item. It's definitely not for everybody, but I definitely think that there's some value in this collector's item right here. All that being said, let's break it down and let's get into this thing. So if you're unfamiliar with what this thing is, or even who the Numero Group are, the Numero Group are a Chicago-based reissue label, not all that dissimilar from Now Again Records, the reissue label of Stone's Throw. But the main difference is where Now Again has no particular focus as to what kind of music they put out and what country of origin it's coming from. Numero Group seems to be solely focused on music from the States. So within this box set, basically is like a odds and sods collection of the Eccentric Soul series that they had been doing for some years prior to the release of this thing. So it originally started out as being a 10 record collection, and from there they just discovered that they had basically a variable treasure trove of music, and decided we're just going to make this thing as massive and indulgent as humanly possible. And that's pretty much what you got here. So inside the box set, you've got 45 7-inches, about 90 songs altogether. And if you do buy it new, it does come with a download card so you can listen to all of it. So you've got 4 hours of funk and soul to listen to. But the box set itself, and I'll open it up for you, and I'll even show you that the Numero Group spared no expense when it came to little details of this. As you can see, there's the little logo in there. All Numero Group 7-inch sleeves have these wonderful designs to them. What's really, really cool is for all the releases, but all the records in here, they went through and recreated the original artwork from when the records were first released. And it's little details like that that really make you feel like, even though these are all reissues, that you are sort of getting a musical history lesson. And, this is one of my favorites right here. And not only getting a musical history lesson, but really touching a piece of history that most people wouldn't really know about. So most of the songs on here pretty much break into 3 different categories. You've got some bittersweet, mellow soul tracks combined with your mid and up-tempo funk and soul numbers. And then you've got, which is probably like make up the least amount of tracks on here, are your failed Motown Northern Soul tracks. I think those 3 sort of categories are pretty much what sums up the majority of the music on here. There are definitely some oddballs. There's one song on here that definitely has a very psychedelic sound to it, and it just so happens to be one of my favorite tracks in here. But in general, because going through here and trying to break down every song for you would just take almost as long as it would to listen to this whole entire compilation, I think this is probably the best summation of the music that's contained in here. Lyrically, you can definitely expect to hear a wide variety of topics, and I want to grab my notes so I don't actually mince any words here. Lyrically, the songs range from a variety of topics: love loss, longing, love in general, drugs, drug usage, both in favor and against. And most importantly, revenge. And I really wanted to stress that revenge part, because when you listen to enough funk and soul, eventually you will stumble across this reoccurring character of Jody, either spelled with a Y or spelled with an I. And sometimes it's male, sometimes it's female, but whatever case, Jody must have done some real fucked up shit, because everybody is always out to get Jody. Don't know what she did, maybe cheated on somebody's girl or stole somebody's man or made somebody OD. But it doesn't matter. Jody is always in trouble and everybody is always out to get her. All that being said, much like musically, you definitely find some outliers that don't fall into those categories. But that's sort of the general gist of the lyrical content of the music that you'll hear on here. Excuse me just a second. Coffee break. So what are the actual, good points of buying this thing? Well, aside from the fact that it's just a wonderful little collector's item, and the tracks that are contained within this thing, specifically, I can point out one right off the top, and that's this guy right here, Ghetto Funk by Duracha. I have never seen this anywhere else. I heard about it originally on the DJ Shadow Cut Chemist Brain Freeze DJ Mix live performance. I've been looking for this track forever, and I have never seen this track come up in any other compilation. And I think that's really the one thing that separates this compilation from, say, a Now Again or Jazzman or anybody else who does reissues, which is not to knock any of them, because I love all of those reissues. The music in here, it just has such a unique and, if you will, eccentric quality to it that you really can't find on another compilation. So that unique factor in and of itself, if you're looking for something that's a little bit different from what you would normally get or expect from a compilation, already makes it stand out above the rest of the competition. And even beyond that, there's just so much music contained within here that it almost makes up for its high price to entry. Because there really isn't one single bad song on here. I definitely have, for my own sort of personal tastes, a couple of songs that I like more than others. But in general, even when I listen to when I listen to it on MP3, and I'll have it on shuffle, I very rarely find myself skipping through anything. So it's really hard to point out all the different little highlights on here, but essentially the songs range from good, or even in some cases just kind of okay, to excellent. And for me, I think that's really what sold me on this box set. However, I do have some nitpicks about this thing, so it is definitely not, by any stretch of the imagination, a flawless box set. And the first thing I have to say off the top of my head, if it wasn't already inherently obvious by how massive this thing is, it's fucking expensive! Even when I bought it back in 2014, I think I still paid over $200 for it. The price may or may not have gone down. I haven't actually looked into it. If anyone's seen it for a decent price, either on Discogs, eBay, Yahoo Auctions, whatever, let me know. But when I bought it still new, and that price to entry is just, I was reluctant for a long period of time. If it wasn't for the fact that I had just gotten a bonus from my job, I never would have purchased this thing in the first place. Now, all that being said, there is sort of a good thing its sort of high price point is that I think Numero Group even saw it as sort of a losing proposition to only put out a physical product, which, as far as I know, there's only 1,500 of these circulating the globe. So, hey, yay for me. However, if you're not really interested in investing that much money, but are at least somewhat curious about the music that's contained within the box set, it is available on iTunes, and it might be also available on other streaming platforms. I wouldn't know. I don't use streaming platforms. That is the one thing that I have never gotten into in the 21st century. So I can't really vouch for that. Google it. You'll probably find it. Now, the restless collector inside of me, despite the fact that Numero Group, in one of their descriptions for the box set, said this is the definitive Funk and Soul box set. And I'm still hungry. Still hungry. I love a lot of the music in here. Like I said, I play a lot of the stuff that's contained within this box set out at parties, and I still get people coming up to me and saying, Sean, what is that track? Where did you find that? And I always point to this box set, and I've still never seen anyone actually else pick it up. I don't know. Maybe for me, I wish it was a little bit more drum break heavy, since that's generally what I look for when I'm looking for funk and soul. It's not really a knock against the quality of the music on here. It's just more of a personal taste thing. All that being said, do I recommend purchasing the actual physical product at the end of the day? I say yes, but I wouldn't say if this is your first purchase if you are new to the world of funk and soul. I definitely recommend that you go either in the direction of the classic Funky 16 Corners, which is definitely a review that'll be coming in the future. Cold Heat, which is also another compilation that I recommend. Also pick up any of the Jazzman Stateside Funk series, which is Florida Funk, Midwest Funk, Texas Funk, California Funk. I think there's a couple more funks in there, but those are the ones off the top of my head. And even beyond that, I'd get into Numero Group's own Eccentric Soul series, which is, in and of itself, a little bit overwhelming with how many volumes there are for that. If, after all of that, you are still unsatiated like I am, I'd pick this up. Because there's definitely enough unique music on here that even separates it. This compilation can separate itself from everything that I just listed there, as the music in here is just very unique, very different from what you might normally expect from a funk and soul compilation. It's just that price point. If you do not have the money for it, maybe start with the digital version. But if you are a hardcore collector like myself, yeah, you're not gonna want to. You're definitely not gonna want to pass up on this, unless you're one of those crazy individuals that only buys original pressings of records. To those people out there who want to get all the original pressings for this, I salute you. Good luck. For me, I'm just happy to have this. So there you go. That's my thoughts on the Numero Group, Omnibus, Eccentric Soul. Those are backwards. I don't care. Have you listened to this thing? Let me know. I'm going to be posting some of my favorite tracks from this thing in my WordPress blog as always. If you've heard this thing, if you bought it, let me know what you think. Did I miss anything? Are there any songs that really stand out to you on this thing? And let me know what you thought about this new review style. I've been wanting to do a more edited style as opposed to my one long, uninterrupted blabbing style. Let me know what you thought of this style. Yeah, if you like this stuff, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell me I suck if I suck. I don't care. Doesn't really bother me that much. Thanks again for watching. Look forward to more videos in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video.